Hey, welcome to the Watchman's Chronicles. A Watchman's Chronicles. Watchmen, are you showing up? Watchmen, are you showing up? Are you showing up in the authority and the position that you have been anointed to be in? Are you showing up? You know, as a watchman, the task is not easy. And watchmen, you know what I'm talking about. The task is not easy. The rigors of being a watchman is a journey where there's a lot of times whenever you are on the watch, you are on watch. You are on watch. And a lot of times, and many times, and oftentimes, it is a secluded, lonely position. You know, because the position of a watchman is a position where you are like high. You are positioned at a high post, not high in position or not high-minded. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you are at an elevated position to where you can gaze out. You can gaze out into the spiritual environment and you can perceive. You perceive things long before they even reach the gaze of those that are even in your immediate environment. You see the gaze, you know whether something is friend or foe. You know whether something is holy or profane. Now, sometimes you can miss it, and you will miss it. But for the most part, the position of the watchman is to perceive a thing and to take that thing before the Lord and then to deliver it, if necessary, to the proper authority who actually has that position to allow something to enter or not enter. So as a watchman, you have to realize that the watchman's position is a strategic position. A watchman is like a sharpshooter. A watchman is a sharpshooter. You know, he sees, he or she, no gender specific, he or she sees at a far distance, like an eagle vision. You have that eagle vision. You have that eagle vision like a sharpshooter. You know, when a sharpshooter looks through that telescope, he sees at a great distance. So whenever you see, my fellow watchmen, whenever you perceive a thing, you have to believe and trust and have faith in the anointing that is in you, that it is a proper thing, that you are seeing properly. Because you have to have faith in your position. You have to have faith in your skill set. You have to have faith in your experience, because whenever you're set on a post, whenever the Lord sets you on a post, He has also already trained you to perform that position. He has also put you through the training that you need in order to get that job done. So do not be afraid. Do not be afraid. Handle your positioning well. Handle your positioning. And the main thing that you have to understand is that you're going to have to listen and discern and be obedient. You're going to have to listen and discern and be obedient. You're going to have to be in close contact with the commander-in-chief. And that comes through intercession and prayer. That comes through having that that time with the Lord, the time whenever you are getting briefed, the time whenever you are humbling yourself and submitting yourself before the commander of chief, and you're getting the intel. You're getting the intel. So although you may be a lone ranger most of the time, you have to realize that that's what's needed, and you have been born for such a time as this. You have been born to perform the task. So watchmen, get on post. Are you showing up? Are you showing up in your position? Are you showing up? Are you showing up in your position? Watchmen, it's just time to get back on the wall. No matter what your yesterday was, no matter what the last minute consisted of, it's time to get back on the wall, to get in position. The spiritual climate is dark. The spiritual climate is dark. Okay, what do you see? What are you hearing? What are you perceiving? You must do your position. You must man your position. You must man your position. Watchmen, get on the wall. Watchmen, get on the wall. Sanctify. Get on the wall. Consecrate yourself before the Lord. Anything that is unpure, let it go. You know, the time is drawing nigh. The time is drawing nigh. The Lord has anointed you to perform your position. The Lord has anointed you. It's time to show up. It's time to show up and do what you have been born to do. You will be judged. You will be judged. You will be judged. It's time to show up and do what you were born to do. Don't worry about the faces of men. Don't worry about the faces of men. Because unless you are a watchman, or unless you have been given the what it takes to be a watchman, even people who are not watchmen, they still understand the role of a watchman sometimes. But unless you understand the role of a watchman, or you are a watchman, you are not, or they are not going to understand why you do what you do. You know, just random people are not going to understand what the watchman even is. So you cannot be afraid of the faces of men. You have to be tuned and aligned with your Creator, the one that gave you the positioning. You have to be aligned with your purpose. Man, get out of that. Get out of the habit of consulting man about everything. You will have those people who are put in position to actually, like help you on your walk. You will have those people who will actually go before you, who have gone before you, who can sow into who you are. But man didn't appoint you. Man did not appoint you. Man did not appoint me. The Lord called me to be a watchman. He said to me in a dream, I have called you to be a watchman. And I didn't even know what a watchman was. I was like, when I woke up, I remembered it. And I said, what is a watchman? What is a watchman? So I kind of looked online. That's kind of I wasn't into Google and all that stuff at that point. I wasn't into it like that. But I was like, what is a watchman? So I saw a couple of little things, but I still didn't understand it. But I began to have a conscious journey I began to be conscious of my journey. So he actually called me to be a watchman. Man did not appoint me. Man did not appoint me. So therefore, man did not anoint me. I am a watchman in the kingdom of Jehovah Elohim, in the kingdom of light. And I consult him, and he downloads into me. He has taught me to be a watchman. He has taught me to be a watchman. So watchman, are you showing up? Are you showing up? It's time to show up. And I haven't always shown up throughout my walk. There's been like times whenever I was just like chilling with the townspeople. I was off my post. I was down chilling, I didn't want to, it ain't that I didn't want to see. I just wasn't in position. I just was not in position. But the Lord is calling his watchmen to get back on post. The Lord is calling his watchmen to be ready. To be ready. The kingdom of light needs you to be that eagle vision, to be that beacon, to be the beacon that helps them, that's going to help the kingdom through the rigors of the darkness. Because you see like a lighthouse. You see like a lighthouse that shines that light so that the boats won't have, be shipwrecked. You see how to navigate. You see in the darkness because you have that eagle vision. You have that light to be able to see in the darkness and know what's going on in the environment. You see. So watchmen, get back on post and show up. Show up. Do what it takes. Do what's necessary to get back aligned and acclimated. To get back aligned and acclimated with his right standing. Do what needs to be done. All right. So thank you and have a good day. And until we meet again, thank you.